Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News, a Ryder truck catches fire in Smyrna, Tennessee. Governor Bill Lee acknowledges the work that Tennessee's first responders did to help Hurricane Dorian victims. And ex-President Jimmy Carter fell at his home in Georgia on Sunday. All those stories plus your local weather, Middle Tennessee News starts right now. Good evening, I'm Cheyenne Avila. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News. A Ryder truck catches fire in Smyrna, Tennessee. A man immediately stopped driving on Sam Ridley Parkway after his truck caught on fire. As smoke filled the air, eyewitnesses as well as moving cars were asked to move far away from the truck. Smyrna police, along with firefighters, arrived on the scene to quickly put out the flames. Considering traffic buildup, most eyewitnesses caught footage while waiting. Deputies are now investigating how this incident happened this past Saturday afternoon. Betrayal and fraud make a Murfreesboro man fall victim to a false police call requesting money. A Murfreesboro man lost almost $18,000 by someone using a fabricated police department phone number. The victim informed police he got a call from a man claiming to be with the Murfreesboro Police Department. The caller ID showed the department's non-emergency line, which was taken by a spoofing software, allowing a person to display a phone number different from their actual number. The caller insisted that in order for the victim to clear his Social Security number, he must purchase a Walmart and Kroger gift card and read off the numbers on the back. If you have fallen victim to this scam, Murfreesboro Police Department urges you to call the number on the screen. Ex-President Jimmy Carter fell at his home in Georgia on Sunday. Carter had a black eye and needed 14 stitches, but still made it to an evening concert in Tennessee. The concert's purpose was to rally volunteers ahead of his 36th home building project for Habitat for Humanity. He told the crowd his number one priority was to come to Nashville and build houses. A Warren County teen has passed away after being hit by a car. 16-year-old Aiden McLean died Friday from injuries sustained after he was struck by a car while crossing Smithville Highway. McLean was a junior at Warren County High School. His family has set up a GoFundMe to help cover burial expenses. Middle Tennessee State University and Meharry Medical College has teamed up to address the state's doctor shortage in rural areas. Governor Bill Lee joined other top state leaders on Thursday to announce that 6 MTSU students have been selected as the first participants in a state-subsidized fast track from undergrad to medical school. Students will receive state-subsidized tuition and commit to a 2-year residency in a rural part of Tennessee. MTSU President Sidney McPhee says he appreciates the state funding and hopes to later expand the program. The application for future students will remain open until December 1st, 2019. For more information, please visit mtsu.edu. Several Middle Tennessee public safety agencies will host hands-on training exercises on October 8th and 9th in Murfreesboro. The training is a part of the Firehouse Expo 2019 conference and is claimed to be the fastest growing fire service in North America. Instructors from all over the United States will be leading the courses, and exercises include live action burns. Governor Bill Lee acknowledges the work that Tennessee's first responders and emergency managers have done in efforts to help those who were affected by Hurricane Dorian. 172 Tennessee emergency professionals went out to Florida, North Carolina, and South Carolina to help in water rescue, evacuations, and shelters. Rutherford County and MTSU's very own president flew to the Bahamas to provide relief. The volunteer state represents 16% of the nation's total in efforts to help Hurricane Dorian. All right, and this weather has just been crazy. It's in the 60s today, and we've gotten rain for the first time in over a month. Morgan is over in the Weather Center, and Morgan, tell us about this weather. Is it going to change? Is it going to warm up? What's going on?
It is time to break out your rain boots and sweaters because it is finally feeling like fall, y'all, or at least it did today. With a 60% chance of rain throughout the day, wind speeds of about 10 to 15 miles per hour, humidity at 88%, and a high of only 67 degrees, today felt like it should have been the first day of fall. Back to you, Cheyenne.
Coming up next on Middle Tennessee News, 2 suspects were apprehended regarding separate shoplifting cases in Mount Juliet. And an apartment complex catches fire in Coffee County, leaving a few of the units in flames. We'll be right back.
The Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Idle hands. They say they're the devil's workshop. But give idle hands a place to go, a purpose, and they're capable of amazing things.
From Iraq and Afghanistan, our brave warriors are coming home, wounded. Some with wounds you can see, some with wounds you can't see. Wounded Warrior Project was created to support our men and women coming off the battlefield. Please help carry these warriors the rest of the way home. Get involved at woundedwarriorproject.org.
It started with the original care package, and millions more like it. Passed from hand to hand, across land and sea, to help survivors in the aftermath of war. As we grew, we found better ways to help those in need. Ways to make a real difference, not just today, but tomorrow as well. Be the difference in people's lives. Help deliver lasting change at care.org.
The Bark Park, located at the General Bragg Trailhead on West College Street, will be closed for improvements starting on October 14th and will last until November 15th. The improvements will include dog agility equipment, improved terrain, a second dog park entrance, additional seating and signage, and artistic and functional water stations. During this time, Jennifer Joins of the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation wants dog owners to visit the dog park on Cason Trailhead. Today, the burn ban is no longer in effect and has been canceled. Burn permits are necessary for burning. Local leaders have decided to put a burn ban into effect due to dangerously dry conditions. In Wilson County, Charlie Hatcher, Commissioner of Agriculture, signed the declaration to ban open-air burning. The ban of open-air burning will remain in effect until it is revoked by the Commissioner. 2 people in Wilson County were put in jail Thursday night thanks to Mount Juliet law enforcement and helpful members of the community. Thursday evening at the Kroger in Providence, Mount Juliet, 2 suspects were apprehended regarding separate shoplifting cases. Members of the community helped local police locate 31-year-old Mohammed Aldabet after he fled from the scene shortly after police arrived. Upon further investigation, officers caught their second suspect, 32-year-old Julie Davenport, for shoplifting on the same night. Both suspects are currently arrested and in custody. Albadet is charged with evading arrest, and Davenport is charged with shoplifting, which is now booked on an existing shoplifting warrant. An apartment complex catches fire in Coffee County, leaving a few of the units in flames. The Manchester Fire Department responded to a fire at 480 Skinner Flat Road in Coffee County. When responders arrived on the scene, there was smoke blowing out of the windows of the complex. Investigator Brandon Tomberlin said 4 or 5 of the 6 complexes were damaged. Tomberlin said there was 1 victim and he was transported to Unity Medical Center for treatment. Firemen were also treated for heat exhaustion. How the fire was started is still under investigation. And again, it is raining. It was drizzling all day. Morgan, tell us a little bit more. Are we going to get more rain this week or anything?
Well, I can tell you about this week in just a little bit, but as for tonight, those showers should start to calm down with only a 10% chance of rain after 7 p.m. After that, we're going to have a cloudy night out there with a low of 54 degrees, humidity at 88%, and wind speed staying at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. So if you're out late tonight, make sure you stay warm. I'll be back in just a little bit with your full forecast. Back to you, Cheyenne.
And we'll be right back after the break.
Way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Idle hands. They say they're the devil's workshop. But give idle hands a place to go, a purpose, and they're capable of amazing things.
From Iraq and Afghanistan, our brave warriors are coming home, wounded. Some with wounds you can see, some with wounds you can't see. Wounded Warrior Project was created to support our men and women coming off the battlefield. Please help carry these warriors the rest of the way home. Get involved at woundedwarriorproject.org.
It started with the original care package, and millions more like it. Passed from hand to hand, across land and sea, to help survivors in the aftermath of war. As we grew, we found better ways to help those in need. Ways to make a real difference. Not just today, but tomorrow as well. Be the difference in people's lives. Help deliver lasting change at care.org.
Like I said earlier, today really ought to have been the first day of fall, with showers, a high of only 67 degrees, humidity at 88%, and wind speeds about 10 to 15 miles per hour. As for tonight, things are going to cool down even more with a low of 54 degrees, humidity at 88%, and those wind speeds staying at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, as for our full 5-day forecast, for the first part of our week, we are really looking at ideal fall conditions. Today was pretty wet and a little chilly, but tomorrow we're looking at sunny skies, a high of 75 and a low of 57 degrees. As for the rest of our week, though, it is just going to get warm again with highs in the low to mid 80s. Wednesday will be mostly sunny skies with a high of 83 and low of 60, and Thursday will be much of the same with more sunny skies, a high of 84 and low of 60. But with a slight chance of thunderstorms on Friday, maybe Friday's high of 84 and low 49 will make it feel just a little bit more like fall. That's all for your forecast. Back to you, Cheyenne.
When we come back today, Ashley's going to be in the MTN Sports Den with all of our sports from last weekend. We'll be right back.
In high school football, the Oakland Patriots traveled across town to the Inferno to take on the Blackman Blaze. In what many say would be a rivalry game, there wasn't much competition for the Patriots. On the punt return, Victor Stevenson broke several tackles from Blackman players to take it to the end zone, giving the Patriots a 10-0 lead after an early field goal. Quarterback Cody Sparks looks for the open man and finds Tim Peniel, who runs it into the end zone, making it 19-0 with 8:50 to go in the first half. Drew Beam is sacked by Ethan McLaren, who forces the fumble. Dijon Gloucester picks it up, takes it all the way, and gives Oakland 6 more. The Patriots would go on to shut out the Blaze with a final score of 40-0. This would be Oakland's 5th straight regular season win against the Blackman Blaze. On Sunday, the Lady Raiders soccer team defeated the UTEP Miners 6-1. This 6th goal scored by MTSU is the most since 2016 when they played Jacksonville State. 5 different Lady Raiders would score against the Miners, including Amber Hoot, who got things going 7 minutes to the game. The Raiders' goals scored by Hoot, Hannah Tillett, Claire Ramett, Sam DeBean, and Peyton DePriest would all come within 14 minutes of each other. DePriest now has 9 goals on the season, making her 6 away from breaking the program record of goals scored in a career. She'll have another chance at scoring on Friday, October 11th when the Lady Raiders take on Old Dominion at 7 p.m. The hockey team had 2 big wins over the weekend as they defeated Mississippi State 8-1 and Lynn University 7-2. Jackson Rathert had a great weekend, scoring 3 goals in 2 games. Nathaniel Wilson, Josh Freidenberger, and Jake Fink all picked up 2 goals. And Joey Freidenberger, Zach Butler, Dylan King, and Jackson Taylor, and Joe Puglisi all tallied 1 as well. Their next game will be against Vanderbilt on October 18th at Ford Ice Center. On Saturday, MTSU football had their biggest game of the season and came out with the win. The Blue Raiders, reigning Conference USA East Division champions, took the field on Saturday in their pink for their annual Pink Out game versus Marshall, the preseason favorite for the title. MTSU defended their crown for 1 more week and improves to 6-1 in Conference USA opener since joining in 2013.
I feel like those 4 games that we played previously helped out the defense a lot. Mentally, from a physical standpoint. I feel like guys came out locked in today, and we actually went over that 4th down situation a lot with that. We had a special defense just for that, and we ended up putting it to use and everything like that is playing.
Not only was defense a huge key in their victory, quarterback Asher O'Hara once again showed off his passing and running game against the Herd defense to drive MTSU to the win. And that's what's around the scoreboard. Back to you, Cheyenne.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Make sure you stay tuned on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Have a great night.